Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
look at you. Look at your lips. You look cute.
Thank you. So do you.
Wow. Oh my God.
Thanks.
I feel underdressed, but okay.
Don't be silly. I actually really like that jumper.
Mm.
Kind of cute. Okay. So here's how I'm planning. So we're gonna do like 3 little sections. So first, just checking in how you're doing, and then we're gonna move into like musical theater and stuff. And then I've asked a bunch of people on my story to send in some questions, and I have some right here. So you guys ready?
Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
So first of all, just wanted to know like how have you been since the whole pandemic stuff has been going on, and like what were you up to?
You go first, Katie.
I was going to say you go first. Okay, I'll go first. I feel like it's been a really long process of like different outlooks on it, because it's been like so many different times of us being in lockdown and kind of like easing off and then going back in and easing off. Each time has like had a slightly different feel to it. I feel like the first time I was really optimistic and like didn't think it was going to last as long as it did, and was like kind of happy to have a pause in my life and like just stop for a minute. And it was like, it was in summer, like you could do more things, we could go outside, there was loads that you could do and pass your time with. So in the beginning I definitely was way more optimistic, and I think now with the lockdown over Christmas and now like starting this new year with another lockdown, I definitely have been looking at it and kind of been feeling more overwhelmed by it, and felt like every day and every lockdown that we've been given, I feel like further away from who I am and like who I used to be. And like the way that I talk about like how we used to have a job and like perform in auditions, I feel like it's so distant from what my life is now that it's kind of hard to believe that I actually did those things at one point. Does that make sense?
Yes, but it's sad.
That's kind of how I feel. But each day is obviously like not just all depressing and like, oh, I feel like I'm so distant from my real self. But there are things that keep me motivated to keep going, and things that I think are gonna help in the long run. So yeah. Lacey?
Yeah. It's funny. I semi agree with that, and I'm actually semi in a better place than that now. Not to brag, but
Well, good for you.
I went through the same thing as you in the beginning, where I was like, great, I'm going to use it. It's going to be great. It's going to last like a tiny little time. I'm going to recharge the old battery. I'm going to turn into a crazy super fit machine. I'm going to do this and that. And then everything just slowly kind of became more and more, oh no, this is reality. Oh, okay. And I feel like life is like even just in general, not just with this pandemic, but like all the stuff going on in the world right now, especially all the stuff going on in the US right now, like I think it's just a bit of a warning that we're in a little bit of an apocalyptic position. Like everything's exploding, and it's very strange.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not the way I wanted to spend my 21st year on the planet. I thought I was going to be like, way, and I'm definitely not. But also I've had some time to do some like really, really personal level, like base recuperation from things that, were pretty intense. And I think that it's actually done me quite a world of good, and I actually feel a lot closer to who I'm supposed to be now. And I think the fact that it almost feels like nothing matters anymore, because how can it possibly get that much worse, is actually helping me rather than hindering me now, because I feel like I'm towards the end of that journey where I am actually managing to just make the best out of the very little things, which is good. But I also obviously wish that we were not all in this position.
Yeah, it's been a hard year for all of us, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
How have you been?
oh, I So recently school's been moved to online. And since it's like my last year in high school, it kind of sucks. Like I probably have like a month left with my friends and I'm spending it like just on Google Meet, you know. It's kind
Yeah.
of hard. And all of my like uni stuff, like the interviews, the process has been moved to online. And imagine like having to impress someone like on Zoom. That's gonna be so tough. But like just gonna try my best, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is really hard. My girlfriend is in her last year of uni and everything is online. And it's like everyone in those kind of positions, like you're all just left to teach yourselves, really.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
it's far too difficult. Like, how is anyone
Yeah.
expected to? And
It's so unfair. I feel awful for anyone who's a student right now. I just feel like it's so unfair, especially if you're, struggling to teach yourself or struggling with being at home or like
yeah,
having never done an interview for a university before. How are you then supposed to adapt to do it online and like in your bedroom? Like I just think it's so unfair.
yeah. There's no way that I could have got my degree if I had to do it all myself from home.
Yeah, imagine doing like a practical thing like musical theatre or something. Like how I don't know how people are doing that from home.
And even just the fact that like right now everyone is so down and like unmotivated because what the heck is there to be motivated by? So imagine having to self motivate
I
to
know.
complete the degree. Absolutely not. Like no,
I know.
heart to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my classes started at 8 every day. And so, you know, I wake up at 8, I just roll out of bed and here I am.
Bless
There's
you.
like some tiny little positives like that you get to be in your own room and like in your own comfort, but then there's also like that can also just be the worst thing after months and months and months.
Yeah. I found that there's nothing I'm sick of than just sitting in my own space now.
Yeah.
I could even just happily go and sit in someone else's house as long as it's
Yeah.
not this one.
Right. So as we all know, like everything kind of like shut down really suddenly. Like, did you guys get to see your family and friends since everything's shut down, or like did you just keep up with them with like through social media and stuff?
Okay. Well, one thing that's been, what the heck is that in my hair? Nice. Oh, it's nail polish. That's not so gross. What one thing that was quite hard for me was my grandparents are quite old and they have like previous health conditions, so I couldn't see them at all really. They've been completely, what's it called? They've been isolating. So it's been a bit weird, especially since we just got off the ship pretty much. So I already hadn't seen them for like a year and now I feel like I haven't seen them at all again. And the last time that I went to their door to like say hello from a distance, I went to see them like that for Christmas and they were like, who is this strange woman? Because seen me in so long and that's been quite hard. I'm lucky, I guess, in a way that I do live with my mom and stuff right now because that means that I can see her. But at the same time, it's tricky to navigate wanting to catch up with all these people that you haven't seen for so long and then not actually being allowed to.
Yeah. I feel like with us, we were in a really strange situation anyways, because we had been out of the country for like 7 or 8 months or 7 months or however long it was. And then there was people obviously like our friends from home or whatever that we hadn't seen in all of that time. And then we had just got home. And then when lockdown happened, we then still weren't allowed to see them. So for months and months, we'd been like, oh, can't wait to see you, can't wait to come home, can't wait to do that, can't wait to go to, I don't know, the shops, just like anything like normal British things. And then we came home and we like still weren't allowed to see other people. So my friends I've not really seen. I've been lucky to see like Alicia and a couple of people that live nearby, but a lot of my friends and a lot of our friends are down in England and in London. So
How dare they,
I
honestly?
just like haven't seen any of them for nearly like a year and a half. But
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Super weird to go from like living with each other to literally not being allowed to meet up. Like, I find it crazy that we've all still even got things that like belong to each other from the ship that we haven't been able to give each other yet.
Yeah. I have some stuff that I still like haven't even unpacked because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, I've got stuff for Hazel that I still like haven't given her.
Yeah.
And I still get
that was the weird part, because when we were on the contract together, everyone was like, oh, when we get home, like, let's all meet up and like have a sleepover at home and like do this and do that. And then none of us have seen each other since. But luckily, because I usually lived in London, and it just so happened that the weekend or the week that the lockdown happened, me and my boyfriend came back up to my parents' house to visit and see family, like, because I hadn't seen them for however long. And then it was that weekend that we went into lockdown. So I only had like a little weekend bag with me, like a couple of things to like get me through the weekend. And then we went into a lockdown, and then I was stuck there for like the whole of the year. So it's meant that it was nice to be able to catch up with family that I usually don't see because I'm normally down in London. So it's given me a chance to like come home for a bit and like actually see my brothers and my nephews and like spend time with my dad and that sort of stuff. So it's been nice in ways, but then socially with like my friends who I kind of like feel like I'm way closer to as a person now than I am like family and stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to see, which is sad.
So let's move on from that. Let's cheer up a bit.
Yay.
Okay, so I want to know what or who inspired you guys to start doing musical theater.
Ooh, Katie, you're first.
It sounds really like not very exciting, or like I feel like Lisa's gonna be like Ariana Grande or like someone really big, but I feel like in real life you're inspired by people that you like see and that you can like kind of compare yourself to. No, don't be, shut up, you know what I mean. I've never really had anyone until more recently when I like educated myself that I like looked up to. But when I was younger, I didn't really know much about musical theater. I didn't like it that much. It was my mum's friend that forced me to like start Amdram and that sort of stuff. So I didn't know, like, I didn't even know what Wicked was. Like, I literally hadn't any idea of anything. So it wasn't until I like got forced into doing Amdram and I saw the people that like were getting principal roles, and then when I saw like older kids that were like doing singing and dancing, and I was like, oh, I want to be like that. But then now that I'm like more mature and have kind of actually experienced musical theater, I would say people like Jessica Vosk, who played Elphaba on Broadway. I think she's really cool. And people even like in shows now, like Lauren Drew, how she's just gone on The Voice. Like, I think she's insane, and like I think I want to be her. Like, she inspires me. She's like gorgeous and her voice is ridiculous, and I just think she's a nice person, and she comes across really well. So people like her inspire me. But then also people that I've like never met and probably never will meet, like, I don't know, Taylor Lauderman and Demi Lovato and Adele. I don't know.
Aww. Yeah. Yeah, mine's probably, I mean, honestly, I could probably put it down to two people, which is hilarious. The first one is Demi Lovato, 100%. I saw her on TV when I was little in things like Camp
Sunny
Rock.
with a Chance.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, yeah. That's, and I was like, immediately I was like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. That's it. And it's never changed. Like, even now when I think about what I really want to do, I want to be in things like Camp Rock and High School Musical.
Same. I love Camp Rock. Camp Rock 2 has the best soundtrack.
Is it bad that I've never seen any of those?
Yes, it is bad. You must watch.
Horrendous.
Do you have Disney Plus?
No, it's not here yet. It's not here in Thailand yet, but it's coming.
No.
Okay, when it comes, you must. And you'll be watching it and you'll be like, oh, that's what baby Caitlin and baby Alicia wanted to be.
Even just listen to the soundtrack, because they're like really old now, but they're such bops. Like the songs in Camp Rock, they get me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Right.
sing you every word.
Mhm.
But also, I used to be really obsessed with Emma Watson when she was Hermione Granger when I was young. I used to like dress up as a witch and like pretend that I was like being her. And she was like one of the people who I was like, I want to be like her, like I want to be on TV. And I also used to like, I don't know if you'll have heard of it, Tracy Beaker.
Yeah.
I used to watch Tracy Beaker. It's like a kids show. And I used to be like, I want to be on Tracy Beaker. Like, how do I get on TV like these kids?
Yeah.
It was like stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
Personally, for me, it was Barney and Friends, but you know.
I didn't really watch that, but like, wasn't like Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, like, weren't they like all on it?
Yeah.
But I didn't see
Yeah.
that. I saw like the Thai like subtitled version because obviously I was really small and I could.
Yeah.
But like it was really cute and like she's like purple and yeah.
Is that the inspiration for your room?
Yeah. No, I didn't choose the color, but my friend chose it for me. So
Pretty cute. Yeah. Well, yeah, I would say Demi Lovato, and I would also say the show that was like, oh, I'll do musical theatre. I heard the soundtrack to Heathers, and I just thought it was unbelievable. And I've like literally always been in love with Barrett. And yeah, I mean, actually, I've heard rumors that she's not a great person. I don't know anything about it, but she has.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember who told me, but somebody was like, oh no, apparently she's not very nice. And I was like, well, if I was that good, maybe I wouldn't be either. Because she is fantastic. And she definitely was a massive inspiration to me. Like the minute I heard her voice, I was like, holy shit, I want to be able to do that.
Yeah, she's something else, eh?
Oh, absolutely incredible.
yeah. Wait, this is not in the question list, but how do you feel about the news about Mean Girls Broadway closing?
That is so devastating.
Yeah, what the heck? Is that because of Corona?
I think so, yeah.
Probably.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, rather shocking, really. I would have expected pretty much any other franchise to have to close.
Yeah, I know, but then that's what makes me think like maybe there's something else to it. I don't know, like maybe they're doing something else. Because in the thing they were like, oh, don't worry, like there's still big things coming for Mean Girls, and I was like, okay, but
What's
Broadway's
bigger than
pretty big. Yeah, like okay, but I just
Maybe
felt
make a
terrible because
movie.
I follow like some of the cast, like just I think maybe like 2 or 3 of them, and it was just so sad, like seeing them post like how heartbroken they were. And can you imagine? Oh, I mean, it's happened to loads of people in loads of different shows, but having it like just all of a sudden like snatched away and like you're never going to be in Broadway again, like that could be your whole like Broadway career like done. And it's such a cool show. Like I swear to God, if I'm not in Mean Girls one day, I'm going to be a very sad girl.
Yeah.
More sad than I already am.
And that's really sad.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay. We have some issues.
So yeah. Anyway, what's your favorite like moment from either six or like any point of your career or your life, anything?
Yeah, go on, Lise.
Oh, don't do this to me, Caitlin.
Tell us.
I think I think my favorite memory from six, perhaps. This is hard. It's tricky.
What about tour? Surely when you went on tour or something.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, my favorite. Yeah, one of my favorite moments, definitely my tour debut. Just because the audience was so lovely and it was just very like, whoa, what's going on? Yeah, it was really cool. It was really very cool. What else? Oh, it was really.
I remember sitting in the dressing room doing like a tech rehearsal or something and looking at my phone and being like, guys, somewhere in England, Lisa's on stage doing Six in the UK tour. I remember that.
You're so sweet. I bet everyone else was like,
I don't really remember. I was having my own little party for you.
You're so sweet. Yeah, no, that was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. Oh, you know what was awesome? When I was emergency backstage for the arts, they put me into Vicky's pink costume, and that was really quite cool. I felt very, very special, and it fit really well, weirdly.
What was her? Was hers just the normal Kay Howard costume?
Yeah, but it was like so new because I think she only did it for like a few months. Did she?
I don't know.
I might be lying, but
oh yeah, she did for like a couple of weeks. I don't know, a month or so.
Yeah. So it was very, very cool. And what else was cool? Yeah, it was actually just really cool to like stand in the arts during like the staging of everything with like all of these like original people and just be like looking at it all like, whoa, what's going on? You know, because us doing it together was amazing because like I had you and I had Hayes, and you know that felt like something special in itself, and we had such a huge stage which was really amazing. But I think because we were so far separated from the rest of the world in like within the context of the actual world and within the context of like everything that we were going through, it was all like the whole experience was a bit alienating, and it didn't really feel the same as you'd expect it to in any other circumstance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially the fact of like the audiences and how old and uninterested they all were. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience.
Yeah. No, it's true though. Like I feel like we have been in 6, but a part of me still feels like we haven't. Or well, you probably have felt it more so because of being like on tour and stuff. But I don't know. Part of me still feels like having done it just on the cruise ships wasn't as good as it would be if it was in town or on tour, which is totally understandable because it's like completely different things.
You know what you have experienced though, which is the same? That day that we did our I don't even know if we were in costume. The day that we did the run in front of the cast for Priscilla and stuff in the studios.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That feeling, that was the same. They were awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if that's to do with like just people's like opinions of cruise ships, or also the fact that we just felt so alienated from like everything else, like not even being able to like have Wi-Fi when we want it, or like meeting other people in the show. Like we just didn't really get any of that, which was sad, but it was still obviously rewarding because we did the show and we like were in costume and sang the songs and got paid to do it. Like we did do it, but part of me, and I'm sure you're the same, felt like it wasn't the real deal. That sounds strange.
And it was good to have most of it, but hopefully there's more.
Yeah, I would like there to be a to be continued section.
Yes. dot.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Please. But what was the question? What was your favorite moment? Or
yeah, favorite
what
moment.
was it? Oh, okay. I think there was quite a few from 6, to be fair.
Seeing our posters.
Oh yeah. There was a few 6 things that were like really cool. Like I like couldn't believe that this was my life. Like the posters, when not the photo shoot, because I absolutely hated the actual taking the pictures for the photo, but seeing the poster when we like were coming down the escalator and like saw it all like blasted up on this big stand and stuff, that was cool. And I think when like obviously Lise had gone and joined tour at this point, but when like Toby came on board and was like watching us and was like in the front row, and like that was really cool because then it felt way more real and like we were like actually connected to the show. And also when we like randomly went to the 6 Broadway theater that one day when we had like 3 hours in New York, and then some person that was queuing up for tickets like recognized us and were like, oh my god, are you the Bliss cast? I was like, yeah. Like, how do you know? And he like asked for pictures and stuff. That was like, I think that's the closest I'm ever going to come to feeling like, you know, like someone special.
Oh no, that is not the closest. There will be
no,
many.
It's just really cool. Well, it's the closest so far, and I was like, somebody actually recognizes me on the street.
Hell
not
yeah.
just like in the cruise bar or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was cool. And when we first tried, when we had to go to the arts, like way before, and like try on first like costume fittings and stuff, and like people like running around all the corridors, and I was like seeing people being like, I know you, but like no one knew who I was, and I was just some random girl that was like coming in to get a costume fitting. That was cool, even though no one had a clue who we were. I was like, you're Grace.
Yeah.
She was like, hi.
But isn't it awesome that we like looked at people that we were like, whoa, that's them, and now we're like friends with them?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I feel like that 6 was like the only kind of first cool, like real thing that I've done. So it would only really be something to do with 6.
Pretty cool first thing though, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if I could go back in time and, pay for a cruise trip, I totally would.
I would love to have more people like you on that cruise. It would have made my life.
Yeah, I would front row, I will scream, like I will get everyone up on their feet, It's gonna be
That is what we needed.
We needed you.
Yeah.
right. So kind of like related to like that, if you could like perform 6 anywhere in the world, anywhere really, where would that be and why?
Everywhere. I want to do it in every city, in every country, in every continent.
Yeah,
World tour.
Cool. Oh. Yeah, no, I agree.
Like 100 years, but we'll get there at some point.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, at the moment, I think the most realistic goal is I would really love to do like anywhere that's in the UK. London would be like amazing if anything ever happens again in theatre. But yeah, there's nowhere in the world that I would turn down to play in 6.
Yeah, I would love to do London. I would love to do New York. I would have loved to do Australia. I think that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe somewhere in Asia would be cool.
Say Bangkok. Yeah.
Yeah, take me to Bangkok. I'll be there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so now we're at the questions from the people.
Ooh, the people.
The people of the world.
Everybody. So, if there's like a jukebox musical about you and your life, like what genre would that be, and like what artist would you put in the soundtrack?
That is such a good question.
Really? Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn.
I
feel like it wouldn't be like a very streamlined style of show. I feel like it would be like a bit all over the place. It would start very cheesy, a lot of old school Demi Lovato, I remember like, the cliche, like looking out your window, like thinking you're in a music video, listening to, do you know the song Don't Forget?
Oh,
Did you forget that I was even alive? Like I used to sit and like think that was like the story of my life, and like that boys weren't noticing me. Like I think that would play on repeat a couple of times in Act 1.
Yeah,
no,
love that.
That would definitely be in there. I used to really like Kylie Minogue. She was the first CD that I ever bought, was a Kylie Minogue CD. So maybe that would be like the opening, like la 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 la. That would be the opening. And then I went through like a bit of a Leona Lewis phase. When she was on X Factor, I was like, oh my god, like I want to be like her. So maybe like, huh?
She's cultured.
Yeah, well, I did think she was really cool. I even remember one time, like when she was on TV, I used to ask my mum, like, how does she get her hair like that? Like, I want my hair to look like that. And I think I remember being like to my mum, like, you need to put like straw in my hair or something and like wrap it around to make it that curly, because like I want to look like her and I want to be her. So I think it would start with Kylie Minogue, then it would go like a little bit Leona Lewis, then we would get into like Demi Lovato. That was more like a late primary, like high school kind of phase. And then then it kind of just got a bit mixed up in like just random pop chart stuff. So maybe, I don't know, a bit of Rihanna, a bit of Beyonce, something like that. And then probably some Ariana Grande would come in there as we're getting older and she's coming into the world. And back to Demi, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
Sounds pretty
Very
good.
cool. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think mine would be kind of scattered, like in the way that the American Idiot musical is all scattered, you know? Everything's all over the place. I feel like there also would be some Demi. There would probably be some Ariana in there, and maybe some Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I like Billie Eilish.
And
that would be more recently.
Oh, and Paramore. Paramore, definitely. Paramore would be in mine.
I think I liked like one Paramore song when I was younger, and I used to just listen to like that one on repeat. I don't even remember what it was called. I was such a wannabe enjoyer, but I just didn't.
Was it Misery Business?
No.
Well, that's...
What was it? Sing it to me.
What, Misery Business?
Yeah.
I'm in the business of misery. Let's take it from the top. She's got a body.
No, not that one. It was probably like the most cliche one.
Oh, was it The Only Exception? Yeah.
I mean, I did like that one, but there was probably another one or so. I did like a bit of that. What else did I like? I used to have like a huge big Spotify list of stuff that I didn't even listen to, but because other people did, I was like, I'm gonna download that. Oh, I used to like I really fancied a boy that was into like really indie music, like Jack Johnson and like Mumford and Sons and like all that sort of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I like that too. But I didn't. I listened to it for a bit. So maybe that would like come in and be like swiftly like cut out, you know?
Yeah, it would be like a bit. It would like start playing and then you'd be like, this sucks, and it would just stop.
This is terrible. Like, yeah.
How about you? What's your soundtrack?
I was not prepared for this.
Neither was I.
Great. Okay, so probably a lot of Ariana Grande and like Selena Gomez.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I learned that's how I learned everything I know about English, because of them.
Really?
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
I had like years of English at school and I can't even read the clock. So, and then I started learning Ariana and then I'm like, oh, here I come.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, probably that. And also like lots of girl bands, Little Mix, Fifth Harmony, when they were a thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, what a throwback.
Dale, forgot about her. She's great.
Yeah, I met them, but like after Camila left. So it's kind of heartbroken, you know, but it was a good time.
Oh.
Yeah. Lauren Jaregi's still really cool though.
I know. Yeah, love her. And then just tons of like just show tunes really, because that's all I listen to now.
Cute.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So time kind of flew. We've now got like 6 minutes left. I did not know about that.
Oops.
Right. So just, you know, quick wrap up, like anything you have coming up or anything you want to say. I'll also leave your socials down below in the description in YouTube. So yeah. Anything you want to say to the people?
Katie?
Take it away, Lise.
Well, I'm quite lucky to have gotten involved with this little queer new aged animated musical that we're like making, and it's called Astron Club. And we obviously haven't managed, well, when I say we, they have managed to do quite a lot of work on it. I have not as of yet because we're all in lockdown, but I'm hoping that that will be a nice little project. So if you're interested in anything to do with that, then check that out. But apart from that, I think we're all just patiently, but not so patiently, waiting and hoping that we get to start trying to get back in the game soon, because there really isn't much that we can do from here.
Yes. I'm definitely not as interesting as Lise. I have nothing coming up. So if someone would like to give me a job opportunity, I'm ready. I'm here. My spotlight is in all of my socials. No, I'm joking. Yeah, same sort of thing. I think we're all performers are in the same boat right now, and it's got to the point where no one needs to feel like jealous or like in competition or
No.
like they're alone with it, because there isn't really, unless you're making something yourself or you're lucky to be a part of something that is pushing through and really trying to like break through every single wall that's put up, then most of us are in the same boat of just hoping that a miraculous change of events is going to happen and we can all go back to where we want to be. But
yeah,
unfortunately we're just going to have to keep waiting.
Regardless of what happens, though, we're all ready, and we're all looking forward to being able to do the things that we love again.
Yeah.
And we're hopeful that they will return with a vengeance.
I'm very excited for the to be continued part.
Yep. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this.
No, thank
Before we go, can I take a quick picture? Because it's kind of tradition now.
you. Of course you can.
Right. I hope it works because last time it did not.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. How do I do this? Hang on. Right. I think I got it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. No, it did not happen.
Yeah.
I just know that that's not gonna work.
We can take another one if you want.
Okay. I can't turn the flash off, so I'm just gonna, try it. Here.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Yep, that's probably worse.
It's the memories that count.
Exactly.